Here we have Terra Luna. Terra's been on an absolute rip recently. All the way at the beginning of the, oh my god, 8th of February, it was, you could get it under $5. It did go on a massive rally up to $22 before having a pullback back down to actually cheaper than it originally was. I'm going to go into this pattern over here, what I've got drawn up here. This is the daily time frame. I've got this blue trend line that goes across the top as resistance going all the way through until we broke through. I've left this here because I think it's going to play another part here again. If I zoom into this structure right here on the daily time frame, we drop it down to the 4 hour, as you can see, a clear uptrend. This is a rising channel. Did test each side several times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 before we broke down. So a rising channel is, even though it's in an uptrend, is typically a bearish pattern. Once it breaks, it tends to fall down a great deal. Sometimes it can fall down even to the very bottom of the channel where it started. However, I don't think we're going to go that bearish just yet. The last time I recorded this, we were breaking up from here. We zigzagged into this symmetrical triangle pattern. If you take the measurement from the top of it there to the bottom in the center on a slight diagonal, and then measure the break, we actually come down. Once we broke down, we went into another one of these channels. Luna loves to move in these channels, I've noticed. It fell down and it reversed the same distance from there to there, from there to there, before it reversed. Then it broke out of this falling channel, which is the opposite of this rising channel. Once it broke out, it retested the channel, then boom, massive buys coming in right here. We tested the top end of this rising channel, so 1, 2, 3 major supports. We sold off after we retouched it because we couldn't break it. We come back down, we found some support here, and then we come up for another retest, couldn't break it again. This is another rising channel within a rising channel, or a rising wedge. This is where it's getting interesting for me. So for me, because we were in this strong channel here and we've broken out of it, I feel like we're going to need further sell-offs. It feels like it's a dead cat bounce attempt recovery. Now, there are a couple of bullish and bearish patterns to take into account here. The first one being, we've fallen out of this big orange uptrend, so technically we're still bearish as we've not broken back into it. So we've then formed the second bearish pattern in this uptrend. Thirdly, the third bearish pattern is, I can see right here, a double top M pattern. Typically when they break, they continue to fall. If we drop it down to the hourly, as you can see, this double M pattern here is supported at the neckline by these dotted lines. If we zoom in right here, we've broken past it now and we've come up, retested it, and now it looks like we're selling back off. The price target on this bearish pattern I've taken from here to here. So from the bottom of the wedge, that's the price target, and I bring up here where we'll break out. Now it's sort of pointing towards this blue line of support again, which could be acting as support. The VPVR on the 4 hour, we've been rejected from up here. We've come down. This is very thin on the VPVR, so we've had major sell-offs here. We could be supported here. We could have a bounce here. This is a critical level for the VPVR. However, if we do break this further, I can see us selling off, and there's literally nothing. There's no volume support coming all the way until down here. The price target is in confluence with the VPVR there. This is the point of control, and we've fallen past this. However, I will say, on the hourly candles, I have noticed one drive of bullish divergence on the RSI here. So on the RSI, we've got a higher low and a lower low, where on here we've got a lower low and a higher low. Potentially, if we continue this uptrend, that will act as bullish divergence. Also on the stochastic RSI, we've crossed over and we're freshly pointing up. So it does look like we could be going up from here. It does suggest so, but however, there's so many bearish structures at play here, I think they're going to overcome these small-term bullish indications. Also, as you can see, where the price has shot up here and it's been rejected off the top of the end of this channel, it's fallen down fairly sharply, a nice straight line, almost like a flagpole. Again, with this rising channel, because it's quite short, you could see this as a bear flag. The first measure move from a bear flag, let's just treat this as a channel to start with. So from the top to the bottom here, let's find out where price may go to immediately. On the breakout, the price fell here and consolidated right there. If I was to treat this as a bear flag, I'd take the length of the pole here at the top of the channel, and it would measure down and could potentially point to where the price may fall to. If I was to get the measuring tool and measure from the breakout down to the price target, that's a 20.15% move. Now it did wick down 18.5% of that move. So there's something to keep an eye on with future bear flag with Terra Luna. The price has also fallen down. It's hit this golden pocket zone. Now this golden pocket zone, the 1.618 and the 1.65, especially if you're trading on leverage, even if you're trading on spot, is a particularly good place to enter for a long. As you can see, it's come down, W'd out, confirmed off the W, and then proceeded to go upwards into another bearish pattern, which is a rising wedge. You could trade this as a bear flag, but personally I like to see this more as a rising wedge. And with this rising wedge, if we were to take the measured move from the previous swing high here, right there, to the recent swing low, the confluence of the price target is hitting the golden pocket again. So I wouldn't be surprised at all if Luna is to hit here before potentially reversing around this zone here, which is also in confluence with where the bulk of the VPVR starts coming in as well.